Our celebration, thank you for coming and supporting us here. It's also a great day because we've leveraged Barracks Road Fest for this event. Firefighters, you guys ready? Give the signal to begin. And we're gonna, if everybody can step back a little further, because we're gonna have the color guard march down 8th Street, and they're gonna precede our pipes and drum band. So if everybody can please step back to maybe the yellow line, that'd be awesome. Thank you. We're going to do a Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Sorry. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It is with a sense of great honor that I welcome you to the District of Columbia Fire and EMS Department's Engine Company 18 and Ladder Truck Company 7 100-year anniversary celebration. My name is Demetrius Vlasopoulos, and I am the company commander, the captain of Engine 18. I would also like to introduce Captain Robert Webster, who is the captain of Truck Company 7. Bobby. We proudly represent the 6 lieutenants, 4 sergeants, and 40 firefighters who currently serve at Engine 18 and Truck 7. We are here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, protecting the citizens who live and the workers and visitors who frequent the area in and around Capitol Hill, and we have been here for 100 years. Before I begin with my opening remarks, I would like to acknowledge our distinguished guests who have made the time to share with us here in our celebration. We have our Fire Chief, Adrian Thompson, longtime Ward 6 council member and friend of the fire service, Sharon Ambrose, the Deputy Mayor for Public Safety and Justice, Edward Riskin, and the President of the Association of Oldest Inhabitants, whom is the curator and caretaker of Engine 18's pumper that we actually had 100 years ago right there, William Brown. Today is a day in which we will honor the firefighters who have diligently served this community in the past and who are currently serving it now. These are the men and women who love to come to work, who love their job and who maintain an exemplary attitude towards serving our beloved citizens, and who routinely place their lives at risk so that strangers may be saved. These are the Washington, D.C. firefighters, and I can tell you from an unbiased point of view that these individuals are the best. I say the best firefighters in the world. If any of you would like to discuss this and come to my determination on how I came to this conclusion, I'll be glad to go over it with you when I'm done my remarks. However, at this time, I will share with you now one of our secrets on why we are the best. It is because in terms of firefighter culture and traditions, the older firefighters, who are, some of them are here that actually worked here many years ago, they pass their traditions down to us. These traditions include, actually, before I even go on, I want to applaud these firefighters before I continue. These are the firefighters who have formed our culture and who really exhibit who we are today. And I want to acknowledge all the retired firefighters that took the time to come here today. Thank you. These are the men who have taught us through the formation of our firefighting culture that we need to constantly strive to maintain an incredible, in-depth knowledge of our areas and communities, of the importance of training, drilling, and honing our skills and abilities. Whether it's fire service hydraulics, checking our mission-critical equipment, or something as simple as changing a brake light on the a brake light bulb on our apparatus, nothing is non-important. It's all important to us, and that's why we are so successful at what we do. As we are all too aware, we live in a different world today. The events that occurred just over 4 years ago have focused attention on the importance of our first responders. But before I continue, I would like to offer a moment of silence to honor the victims of 9/11, and especially the 343 New York City firefighters who perished that day. Thank you. As I said, it is obvious now to everyone how important it is for our communities to maintain a fire and EMS workforce that is well-trained, equipped, educated, and effectively managed. At this point, I would like to acknowledge our city and fire service leadership for providing us, as firefighters, the training tools and vision that is needed so that we may be able to continue to effectively meet the emergency response needs of this community. And I want to personally say thank you to our leadership, the fire chief. We have some assistant fire chiefs here, the deputy mayor for public safety, and our legislative branch representative, Sharon Ambrose. Our Capitol Hill firefighters are keenly aware of our community's crown jewels that we are charged to protect. The U.S. Capitol, the Library of Congress, the Supreme Court, just to name a few. However, we respond with equal rapidity and diligence, whether the citizen in need lives in public housing or the emergency involves a congressman at his or her home on the Hill. We open our doors today to offer a glimpse into our past. Please ask questions and continue to strive to learn more about who we are and how we are an integral part of this community. We are also honoring the men and women who have served here and are currently serving here, so please take a moment to say thank you to them. Finally, I want to thank all the members of Engine 18 and Truck 7 who have worked hard to make today a reality. Platoon number 3 for leading the sitting room renovation. That's Lieutenant Dupree. Thank you. Platoon 1 for assisting with the sitting room and painting the office and kitchen. Platoon number 2 for taking the time, or for taking the drop ceiling lead. And platoon number 4 for painting the stairwell and assisting with all the projects. In addition, I want to thank Captain Fred Cooper and Chief Dick Stern from Facilities Maintenance, Lieutenant Carroll for the website, the 100-year on the Hill images and the gifts, Lieutenant Jimmy Lloyd for his father, retired firefighter Tommy Lloyd, and their meticulous historical documentation of DCFD history and articles. Lieutenant Jimmy Embry, retired, for his documentation and assistance with us, and knowledge and diligence in maintaining fire department history documentation. Mr. Walter Gold and Mr. Mark Tennyson from the Friendship Fire Association and the Fire Museum for their assistance in numerous facets. Mr. Sam Short for the picture boards. William Brown, the president of the Association for Oldest Inhabitants, for providing access to the steamer. Catherine Friedman, the fire department public information officer. Bill McLeod from the Barracks Row Main Street Association. Our union, Local 36 Vice President Kenny Cox, and the following businesses who are helping to make the dinner we're having later a reality. The Hawk and Dove, the National Republican Club of Capitol Hill, Taverna of the Greek Islands, the Skepteras family of the Ford House Office Building Cafeteria, the Tune In, and Kenny Smokehouse. Thank you. At this time, I would like to bring Councilmember Sharon Ambrose to the podium to say a few words. I neglected to acknowledge the fine band, and I apologize for that. These are the Fire Department Emerald Society Pipes and Drums Band. They formed a few years ago, and they are absolutely incredible and awesome. Once again, I apologize for not initially acknowledging you, but I've been straightened out on that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Demetrios. Thank you all for being here. You know, when we look around at 8th Street and when we see this firehouse, we know what a neighborhood, an absolute community this is. When I thank the Deputy Mayor for Public Safety for being here, Ed Riskin, I'm thanking a neighbor who lives a few blocks away. And I'm thanking all the firefighters who spend so much of their lives here and their families who give them to us. So thank you, Demetrios. Thank you, Captain Webster. Thank you all the lieutenants and guys and women who are working on these trucks and EMS services and provide us the safety. They are the first responders. They are the folks we will depend on in an emergency, and we are grateful to have them here. We have a resolution from the Council of the District of Columbia recognizing them and recognizing the 100th anniversary of the firehouse here on 8th Street. So please look at it. Thank you all for being here, and thank you, guys and gals, for all you do for our neighborhood.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Ambrose. At this time, I would invite Deputy Mayor for Public Safety and Justice, Edward Riskin, to the podium.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I didn't know today was the 100th anniversary. I just came by to sign up my dog to be the engine company dog, but they won't take him. But thank you all for coming out today to help the Fire and Emergency Medical Services Department celebrate really this great community institution. 100 years is a long time, and there's a lot that's changed in 100 years. Behind you, you can see the equipment that the firefighters here used to be riding down the street behind the horses on. And as you can see over here, that the equipment's come a long way. A lot of things have changed. The demands on the fire and emergency medical professionals has changed a lot. And 8th Street has changed a lot. I think that just 5 years ago, it was a much different 8th Street than we have today. But one thing that hasn't changed during the course of 100 years is the fact that the firefighters, paramedics, emergency medical technicians have been here day in, day out, night and day, rain or shine, hot or cold, making sure that the rest of us are safe. And I think that's a pretty tremendous thing. And I know that I sleep better at night, and my family sleeps better at night, knowing that these proud professionals are here all the time protecting the safety and putting our safety as neighbors ahead of their own. So on behalf of Mayor Anthony Williams, who was here earlier today, and City Administrator Robert Bobb, I'd like to just offer my congratulations and happy anniversary to the men and women of Engine 18, Truck 7, and Medic 18. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Riskin. At this time, I'd like to call to the podium Fire Chief, District of Columbia Fire and Emergency Medical Services Department, Adrian Thompson.
Thank you, Captain Stoppers. Appreciate it. I want to say I'm glad it's a nice turnout today. It's very beautiful weather for this event to recognize the 100th anniversary of Engine 18 and Truck 7, who served community in the Capitol Hill area for 100 years of dedicated, faithful service. Mr. Reskin said earlier, you see the evolution of a horse-drawn steam pumper to a motorized, mechanized apparatus. Also, we've evolved from just a firefighter role to a firefighter EMS role. Now we evolving further to a firefighter paramedic role, which means you get better service in terms of EMS care and response to your needs in emergency situations, whether it's a fire incident or a medical incident. This is the evolution of fire EMS service all across the country, and we're bringing ourselves into that same fold very rapidly. I want to also recognize that, people say Engine 18 been here for 100 years, but a long time ago, the training academy sat over there on the other side of 8th Street, 7th Street, part of it did. A lot of people don't realize that, but it was over there, where the market is adjacent to that to some degree. But in this area alone, a lot of history in this area for fire service and dedication. I want to thank the crews here who served here for 100-something years, and I have my assistant chiefs here with me and my deputy fire chief out there in the audience also. Thank you guys for showing up. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thank all for having us here. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Finally, I'd like to invite to the podium the president of the Oldest Inhabitants Organization, Mr. Brown.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the city's oldest thriving civic organization, the Association of Oldest Inhabitants, we bring Company 18 greetings on their 100th anniversary and also on the 100th anniversary of Engine 18 over here, that 1905 American LaFrance fire engine. Now, you might want to know what the association is between our organization, this station, and this piece of fire apparatus. Since when this station was dedicated in 1905, the Association of Oldest Inhabitants of D.C. had already been in existence for 40 years. It was formed on December 7th, 1865, and is the city's oldest civic organization. Around the turn of the century, the Veteran Volunteer Firemen's Association was down to a few members. They had their clubhouse at 18th and H Street, the old Columbia Firehouse. I believe it was the Columbia Firehouse. When they no longer had enough members to support a charter in the city. And they came to the Association of the Oldest Inhabitants, who stepped up and asked them to join their organization. And as such, we've had a very close bond with the fire department as curators of not only this 100-year-old piece of fire apparatus, but the 1857 Rogers hand pumper, which has sort of its ominous distinction of having contributed to the demise of Benjamin Crenna, the fire department's first line of duty casualty back in around the 1860 or so. In addition, we have an old Chief's buggy, which I'm sure that Chief Thompson would enjoy a ride in someday, as well as some other wonderful, probably irreplaceable pieces of fire apparatus that AOI maintains, unfortunately, only in storage. And we're looking to the city leadership and to other organizations like the Friendship Fire Association, the Capitol Fire Museum, to someday make the dream of a fire museum a reality. So this piece, along with our other important pieces of fire memorabilia, can be out where the public can enjoy them, not under tarps in storage in Landover, Maryland. So if you ever have any opportunity to get behind your legislators, Ms. Ambrose, I know you're stepping down, won't have an opportunity to champion this, but there are other city council members and dignitaries that can get behind this effort, and someday we'll have a world-class fire museum so that people can see this great machinery any time of the day. Thank you all very much, and congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank you very much. Before we conclude the opening ceremonies, I also wanted to, I neglected to pay respect and thank our honor guard. They did a great job. I wanted to thank them too while they're coming back down the street. Thanks, guys. Mac. And we're gonna allow the pipes and drum band to play another song or two while we reopen our doors. We welcome you to come in. We have a lot of historical articles and posters up where you can do some reading about who we are, what we are, and why we're the best. And once again, I want to thank everyone who has come out today. It's a beautiful day. Thank you for celebrating with us. And thank you to all the dignitaries who took the time out of their day to be with us today. And I want to acknowledge that we received a flag that was flown over the U.S. Capitol by Congressman Kurt Weldon from Pennsylvania. Congressman Weldon started the biggest caucus on the Hill, known as the Fire Service Caucus. And that's why it's significant that he presented the flag that was flown over the Capitol to the companies here. And we appreciate that. Once again, enjoy yourself, come in, learn about us, and thank you. I've just been handed a reminder that we have iced tea and lemonade and donuts available just inside the firehouse. Compliments to the Friendship Fire Association.
Hello.